And also too, another reason why they can do that is because so many people mistype. All goes back to people mistyping at the end of the day. All this, like most of the problems going back to people just mistyping. What up, y'all? Hoping I got enough space on my phone. Kind of need to clear up my phone a little bit, but I'm gonna try to make this video as quick as I can before it like stop on me or something. I don't know. But anyways, so for right now, I want to talk about. I kind of think I'm starting to. Well, I wouldn't say I think that's probably like there's some type of agenda going on with Myers-Briggs. It's the way that they're presenting the information, the way they're trying to push like INFJs. People don't really realize. I kind of can tell because I got. I've been into the community for a little while. It's like a kind of an agenda. It's the same agenda that they have with like society in general, which I'm not really gonna go into. But it's like so in general, society has like a narcissistic sort of agenda that has been being pushed. It's creating a lot of narcissistic people. But that's the same thing that's going on with INFJ thing. I'm not even gonna talk about that right now because that can get kind of controversial. But I want to talk about it. Like, it's a little bit of an agenda going on in the Myers-Briggs community with like the whole thing of propping up INFJs. It's kind of done. I'm trying to think of a way to put this. So for the most part, like I was talking about how they're kind of dishonest about INFJs, like kind of good qualities. Let's put it like this: they're a little bit dishonest, but at the same time, they could be telling the truth. But the problem with that is like they're only choosing to do this with INFJ. They're not like doing it with the other types, like equal. They're not being like fair with it. They just kind of only choose to focus on a certain type of INFJ, and then they focus on a certain type of other types. Like they may focus on the less appealing type of some other type, but they'll focus on the appealing part of appealing version of an INFJ, because there's types within types, of course. But so another thing that they kind of do too is they kind of take positive traits of other types and try to make it seem like it's an INFJ thing. Like it can be more of a sensing thing, but they'll try to make it seem like it's actually an intuitive thing. Like if it's real positive sort of quality, this kind of goes into like, well, I don't want to say that, but I'm gonna give some examples though. But it's kind of an agenda thing. Like they take. If I'm gonna give an example of my type, like, cause y'all coming from my type now with this one, but they do it with other types too. Sensing types mainly, they do this, man. So they'll. Well, let me give an example. There's another example that just popped in my head before I go into that. So they try to. There was one like meme that goes around. Like, if I find a meme, I might post it on this video so y'all see. Well, they pretty much say it's not true, man. Like I've called it out. Like I've seen it posted in groups. I didn't do it in a rude way. Then people didn't get offended or nothing. But I called it out. But they'll try to say like INFJs are the only type that use thinking and feeling at the same time. It's like a bunch of BS, of course. Like that's a BS. That's BS. Yeah, I've probably seen the meme before too, man. They try to say INFJs are the only type that use thinking and feeling at the same time. So first of all, that's not true, because really all they're saying is the reason that INFJs use thinking and feeling is because they have introverted thinking and they have extroverted feeling, which they go back and forth with. But there's other types that do that. Really any type with thinking and feeling in between do that. Like ISFJs do that. I'm trying to think of the types. I can't really think right. Oh, there's 4 types I think that have it, if I'm thinking clearly. Oh, not 4, it's more than 4. There's INFJs do this, INTJs do this, ENFPs do this, ESFPs do this. I think that's ISTJs, I think it's 6. I'm just not thinking clear right now, but there's 6 types that do that, I think. Holy shit. But anyways, I'll correct it. I'll have more time to think on it. I'm just trying to rush through this. Like, I'm just trying to hurry up and do this video. I don't want to take too long to think on that, but there's multiple types that do that. Any type with thinking and feeling in the middle does that. It's not an INFJ thing. Like, they do little stuff like that. They try to give all INFJs all the positive traits in that way when it's not even true. All right, so the way they done it with my type is like, they take like the positive trait that they try to take for my type and they try to make some as an INFJ thing is that, well, first of all, it's kind of easy to do because ISTP, we got the same functions as INFJ. So like, it's kind of easy to do, but they trying to push this thing to make it seem like INFJs are the ultimate Sigma males. If y'all don't know what a Sigma male is, let's put it like this. None of these terms really matter. I'm just being technical. Like, I don't go around saying, ooh, I'm this, I'm that. You know how some people try to say they're alpha males? I don't do that. I do know, like, I'm pretty alpha. Like, technically speaking, I'm pretty alpha. But, like, I'm a Sigma male. I'll tell you that. If you want to talk about, like, the definition of, I am literally a Sigma male. Like, I fit all of it. But, okay, so they try to push the thing. They try to make sure INFJs are the ultimate Sigma males. Out of all the types, they're the most Sigma male. And it's not true. You go read a Sigma male description, it literally is identical to reading an ISTP description. Like, it's literally like, am I reading an ISTP description or am I reading a Sigma male description? Sigma male thing is not an INFJ thing. I mean, INFJs can be Sigma males, but it's mainly not an INFJ thing for them to be Sigma males. Sigma male is an ISTP thing. I'm sorry. That's one y'all try to take from it. And y'all trying to say Bruce Lee from it. They keep trying to say Bruce Lee's an INFJ. He's not. But I've talked about that. He's definitely, like, come on, man. We know that he's an ISTP. They're just trying to do little stuff like that. They're trying to make these people be intuitive, but I'm not going to go into that too much. That's one way they do that. And honorable mention, I'll talk about a little bit how they do this with ESTPs too. They try to make it seem like the ultimate alpha male is an ENTJ, when really they've been doing this for a long time though, like long before like all of this. They've been trying to do that, but really the ultimate alpha male is like an ESTP. ESTPs are the ultimate alpha. You can read an alpha male description, you be like, man, am I reading the ESTP description or am I reading the alpha male description? You can really, not saying like ENTJs can't be alpha males too, same token. But anyways, that's how that kind of goes. That's one way they do that. With INFJs. Also, like I've touched on my other video I kind of did, they try to make it seem like INFJ is the most humble type. When really, I say, I didn't mention this last time, but I say really, the most humble type, in my opinion, is probably ISFP. ISFPs can look similar to INFJs in some cases, but it's like far as their innocence, like they kind of pure innocent. The thing is, ISFPs will pure innocent, but we get to know them, they're really not that innocent. They can appear innocent in some cases. They can look innocent, but they don't even try to look innocent necessarily. It's just how they look. They just can appear like that. INFJs appear innocent, but they actually are kind of innocent if they do appear innocent. But they're like, they can be bad in other ways. As far as their innocence goes, they can kind of be innocent in like the kind of cliche ways. Like they might be the kind of people that don't smoke or don't drink, that type of thing. As far as innocent, but they can do a lot of other bad things though, that may not involve like the stereotypical sort of dirty, like doing drugs, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as innocent, I mean more like a goody two shoes kind of person. And I don't mean that as an insult or anything. I'm just trying to talk about like maybe the person that gets straight A's. INFJs can be those kind of people sometimes. But also there's INFJs, they can struggle in school, whatever. But anyways, that's one of the ways they try to do that, man. And then they also will try to make it seem like INFJs are the masters of stoicism. That's another thing. I'm not saying they can't be stoic, but they can be pretty stoic. But you want to talk about stoicism, ISTPs and ISTJs, we take the cake on that, man. We the most stoic type. And I got an IC brother, okay? You guys know that if you watch my channel. We the masters of stoicism. You know what I'm saying? That's not an INFJ thing either. Those are two types. They've done that in many ways. And another thing, they try to also take the traits of SPs, or they try to make it seem like NI users in general, they do NI, but they especially do this with INFJs, of course. They try to make it seem like INFJs are the most talented people, because I think for some reason people get confused when they hear INFJs are the rarest type. They try to correlate it with real life. Like when you talk about in real life who the rarest people are, they think about like all the highly successful rare people, and they think that that's a correlation when it's not even true. It's not necessarily true. That's not what they're talking about when they say that, or if it's even true. I don't even know if INFJs are the rarest type. But when they say that, they're not talking about like when you talk about like rare people that are successful and stuff like that. That's not what they're talking about, man. People do that though. It doesn't mean necessarily if they are the rarest type. It doesn't mean like they're the highly successful people. I've talked about this before, but yeah, they do that. Well, really, SPs tend to be the most naturally gifted people. They try to make it seem like it's INFJs because they're the rarest. When they talk about rare, that can mean any context, really. You know what else is rare? People with, you know what else is rare? Psychopaths are rare, but does anybody want to be a psychopath? No. If you want to talk about technically speaking, psychopaths are rare. There's a lot of things that are rare that are not good things, but I don't know why people automatically correlate rare with being a good thing. But I'm not saying that, but okay, don't take it the wrong way. Don't take that the wrong way either. I'm not saying that INFJs are bad necessarily. I'm just saying they can be equally as bad as any type. So, also maybe Myers-Briggs does a bad job of word choice. So yeah, man, that's just something that they do, man. They try to take all the positive traits of other types and kind of sneak them on the INFJ. They try to do it kind of sneakily, a little subtle. It's kind of subtle the way they do it, but they doing that, man. That's what they do. Like I said, people do it for views, and they know a lot of people that they think their INFJs gonna watch their channel. So yeah, that's kind of why they do it. Trying to think, is that all I need to say about that? So basically, at the end of the day, INFJs are not the ultimate Sigma males. Another thing I added that INFJs can think that they're good at hiding their emotion, but they're actually not that good at it necessarily. INFJs are not necessarily blank slates like they think. It's because they got tertiary introverted thinking. That tertiary introverted thinking makes them think that they're hiding their emotions better than they are. That's actually a fact. Like, I wouldn't say that's actually a well-known thing. Like it's like you can go look it up. It's on I remember actually even reading that on the description before too. But I also already knew that from observation. INFJs are not really that good at hiding their emotions. They're showing on their face when they don't even notice. Like they don't realize they're showing on their face. They will even because they got that introverted feeling. They're not that stoic. INFJs are not as stoic as they think they are. They're not as hard to read as they think they are. That's another thing too, because you might have INFJs that make these descriptions. They can think that they stoic when they really not, you know. So that's another thing to add to it. That's why it gets pushed around like that too. But yeah, for the most part, INFJs kind of got to watch, man. They can be self-absorbed, very self-absorbed if they're not careful. It's just a thing, man. It's just something you got to watch. If you're INFJ, you just know that you can be kind of like INFJs can be very that's one of their main flaws. They can be kind of self-absorbed. So yeah, like it's real easy to create. It's like a false narrative. Let's put it like that. Gets pushed around just because it's popular to do. Like I don't like that, man. Like just make it fair. Even playing for. There's so many people that mistype as INFJ, man. Like you'll see like big YouTubers, they might go take the Myers-Briggs test and they be like, oh, I'm tested as INFJ. They think they INFJs. I've seen it. Couple YouTubers I watch that are bigger than my channel, like big YouTubers. They do that, man. They just do it like they might have somebody ask them. It's because it's a popular thing to do. They might do it as out of curiosity, and they think that's just all it is too. I took the test. It says I'm this type. Okay, kind of sounds like me, and they just move on. Like. You know how that goes. This would be newbies. Hopefully if my channel starts to grow, then I could probably educate some of these people. Maybe I could do some collabs. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, man, I've been putting in work in general. I've been trying to level up. I've been low key. There's some nosy people that probably watching this video. I got some nosy people in my life, man. I think a lot of people in general are just nosy because sometimes they want to. But I'm low key, man. I like to keep stuff private. I'm putting it when I'm working on stuff. I'm trying to keep it private. I'm doing a lot of work in the background. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm trying to level up, so I'm trying to keep the uploads coming, but kind of been sporadic. Eventually, I'm gonna be more consistent. Just putting in work lately. Kind of low key. I kind of took. I've kind of been laying low lately and just been putting in work, silent work. You know what I'm saying? Which is the best work. So I eventually I'm gonna celebrate. Trying to hit milestones in my life, which I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I'm trying to hit. Y'all see it when it happens. But thanks for watching. So basically, at the end of the day, ISTPs are the Sigma males, not INFJs. The INFJs are not the ultimate Sigma male. If you want to pick out of 16 types, we fit it the best. It's not INFJs. I'm sorry. INFJs, y'all got good qualities, but that's not one of them. It's just not. Y'all can be Sigma male, but that's not y'all thing. It's our thing. It's possible. Part of it too is probably a bunch of ISTPs that mistype as INFJs too. We probably mistype as them a lot. And another thing, ESTPs are the ultimate alpha males, if you want to talk about technically speaking. So y'all got to stop trying to take people's traits, positive traits, and make it seem like they INFJ thing. And also too, another reason why they can do that is because so many people mistype. All goes back to people mistyping at the end of the day. All this, like most of the problems going back to people just mistyping. Every time I always go back, oh, it's because people mistype. And then the reason why people mistype because the tests suck. And people not going to go deep and educate themselves on Myers-Briggs. They just might read a couple articles on it. There's a lot of bad articles about Myers-Briggs out there that don't even understand Myers-Briggs. They just trying to write an article about it. They don't think it's a good tool or whatever. There's a bunch of BS articles out there too. But thanks for watching, y'all.